This YCN segment is brought to you by Bubba's Bar and Grill on Lake Sunapee in Newberry Harbor.
Last Saturday afternoon, the boys basketball teams from Kearsarge and Pembroke faced off at the University of New Hampshire during the state's Division II finals. To start things off in the first quarter, it was Kearsarge who took an early lead. Senior Kyle Hernan scored an and one in the paint after an offensive rebound from junior Ben Carl. Carl also soon threw in a floater near the hoop. While Pembroke started the game slow, their star seniors Noah Cummings and Sean Menard each eventually scored 6 points in the first quarter alone, as they hit driving layups and impressive jump shots. The Spartans quickly built their own small lead. Just when it seemed like PA might take control, it was Kearsarge's Hernan who scored another and one. And senior Noah Tremblay managed to score in transition off an assist from freshman Adrian McCarthy. In exciting fashion, the teams were tied up at 12 apiece after 8 minutes. Noah Tremblay began the second quarter with a nice finish in the paint, but after this, the Cougars struggled to score. Pembroke, on the other hand, started pouring in the points. Noah Cummings and Sean Menard continued to be a force, but other seniors like Jack LaHouliere and Timothy Pittman also contributed, with Pittman nailing a pair of threes. Pembroke didn't commit a single foul or turnover during this crucial 8-minute stretch, while Kearsarge got into foul trouble and made 5 turnovers. The Spartans used their big run to take a commanding 17-point lead into the break, with a score of 31-14. One thing that of course didn't help the Cougars was the fact that key freshman Adrian McCarthy injured his knee in the second quarter and never returned to action. Coming out of the break, Kearsarge did their best to go on a small run, as senior Jack Jalla made a steal and scored off an assist from Carl, and Noah Tremblay nailed a big three-pointer. Just when it seemed like the Cougars had some momentum, Pembroke's Sean Menard stepped up and scored 7 straight points. And by the end of the third, the Spartans were still in control with a score of 39-21. Kearsarge had one last run in them to begin the fourth quarter. Junior Ben Carl did what he could with a driving layup and a three, while fellow junior Nick LeBlanc assisted Jalla under the hoop. Noah Tremblay also beat his man and scored a floater from the right side. The Cougars cut the lead all the way down to 11, but it was too little too late. Pembroke's Noah Cummings and Sean Menard added points to make sure the Spartans kept the lead. When it was all over, PA had emerged victorious with a final score of 47-35. Pembroke's Noah Cummings led all scorers with 18 points, while fellow senior Sean Menard was right behind him with 16. Cougar seniors Noah Tremblay and Kyle Hernan and junior Ben Carl led their team with 9 points each. After the game, we spoke with Pembroke's head coach Rich Otis and with Kearsarge's head coach Nate Camp to get their takes on the matchup.
The keys to the game was a 19-2 run in the second quarter, which kind of separated some distance between us and Kearsarge. Our game plan coming into the game was to obviously shut 34 down. Trombley, very good player, and I think we did a pretty good job. And we were fortunate enough, to get them in some early foul trouble. We had to sit quite a bit. That was our game plan, was to attack him, attack Herndon, try to give him foul trouble. And the kids did a great job with the game plan, and I couldn't be happier. We got 7 seniors. Most of them were here last year. We lost a tough game in the semis last year, as you know. We got 2,000-point scorers with Noah and Sean. It's a special group. The other 5,000-point scorers are like that, but they're so crucial to the program. What they do, what they bring every day to practice. It's a special group. We're certainly going to miss them an awful lot, that's for sure.
I think that we battled hard late and made a nice run at them. It's a really talented team, so it's hard you don't want to get down on them, and so playing from behind is a challenge. thought early on we got some really good looks around the rim, and some of those shots that were falling for us on Monday in the semifinal, they weren't falling tonight. And when you get down like that, you scrap back. But it's a really resilient group, so I wasn't, we weren't panicking at halftime. It's just a matter of make some adjustments, which we did, and you hand it to them. I mean, they're 20-1 going in tonight for a reason. I mean, I know they were the 3 seed, but to be honest, I think they're the 1 seed. No question, they were the team to beat this year, and tip my hat to them. That's a very good team. I mentioned to the group, before the game that this was by far one of the more enjoyable teams to coach, and they were constantly the consummate underdog, and the ability to fight back or go on the road and win a tough game when you need to. That's mental toughness, and taking nothing away from the last few years when we've had some, really talented players and helped us win a state championship when we were in D3. But to do what we did in D2 against some of the brass of D2 is a credit to these kids. I mean, they're just warriors. They get down and play defense. I mean, we held, I think, PA to, I don't know if it was 18 maybe total second half points. So I thought we did the job defensively in the second half. We needed to do a better job in the first. Like I said to him, this is such a special group, and I'm going to miss them tremendously because they weren't really expected to be here. And that's all you need to tell kids like this. And I want them to go off and do great things in life and have the same mindset that, go out and achieve your goals for sure. And a lot of them, they said at the beginning of the season they want to get to UNH. It eluded us last year, and it just escaped us. And these guys showed their character throughout the last 2 weeks of the season. I'm super proud of these guys. They're great kids. I'm proud of this community for coming out and supporting them because, who wouldn't like this team?
Pembroke finishes the season with an overall record of 21-1, while Kearsarge finishes at 13-9. Both teams will lose important seniors to graduation, but I'm sure both the Cougars and Spartans will be in the hunt for more championships in the coming years.